I'm good.
Yeah. Hope you have learned so much of dose science with us.
Yeah, yeah. I have seen your Kannada news.
Kannada news. Okay. That
It was very good.
yeah.
Very good anchoring.
Sir, Ranjan sir,
Ah,
shall
uh-huh.
we start?
Just we'll wait for a few minutes, then we'll start.
Only 16 are there.
Mm. So that's what I think. That was the confusion, that valedictory is 11:15, so directly will come for the certificate only.
Sir, valedictory is today only, right, sir?
Yeah, 11:15. So you have to wind up by 11.
11:15. Okay, okay, sir.
So Vinu, you can take a rest for 5 minutes. I'll call you.
Okay.
Okay, I'll call you. Don't worry.
Not thoda sa.
I have left message for others. Let them join.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Kankan. So please convey Ansif, Debrati, and Siddharth to join this. All four of them. Where is that? Hello. Ah,
अंदर समय पहले ही जाता
Good morning, Archana ma'am.
Morning, Ranjan.
Shall we start, ma'am? Because we are only 22 now.
Yeah. Do you think anybody else would like to join, or you
Because
can have you conveyed to them?
yes, ma'am.
She's ready, no? Vinuta.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's start.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Vinu, so are you ready?
Yes, sir.
So once again, good morning, everyone. So let me welcome you all to this short-term 12 days training program of NAE under the title Journey of Pearl Millet from Land to Lab to Plate. And in continuation with the series of talk, so under module 3, today we are going to have a talk by Dr. Vinutha T. And she is going to share one of the promising technology other than the Halur, which division of biochemistry they have developed, and that is Makai. So this is basically a soft atta of maize, which they have developed, again using the same principle of extracting the gluten from wheat. So I think it would be better if we'll listen to the inventor of this particular technology, Makai, Dr. Vinutha T. And regarding introduction, I think this is second interaction with you all, so there is no need to give the introduction. So with this brief note, since we have time up to 11, from 11:15 today, we are going to have our valedictory. So now I invite Dr. Vinutha T to please share the discovery of this particular technology, that is Makai. Dr. Vinutha.
Thank you so much, sir, for the nice introduction. I welcome you all today for the training program. This is on Makai, and we will just see how we have developed the Makai. Makai is nothing but a maize soft atta. So it is called as a maize soft atta because this is regenerated with the gluten which we have extracted. Gluten is vital wheat gluten. So if you know that, I just wanted to show you the product which is already been commercialized. And before this product description, I just want all of you to see the food products which we have made out of halloor. By the time you all will be knowing what is halloor, isn't it? Halloor is nothing but soft bajra atta. I just wanted you to show some of the food product which is being made out of halloor. I'll just share those figures first before I jump into the slide. Sir, can you enable me to share slides, photos?
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yes. Can you all see the photos? Can you all able to see the photos?
Yes, Minu.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, can able to see.
Obviously, maybe Dr. Sunia has shown all these food products. I just wanted you to show how it is as good as wheat dough or wheat product. So for that reason, yesterday only we gave a interview on in Indian Express journalist where they wanted to see all kinds of products made out of allur, and for that we have chosen some of the photographs which has already been on World Food Day. We all have collectively have done this exercise, and Dr. Monica Jolie ma'am also here, Dr. Rachana Sachde ma'am, Dr. Ranjit Ranjan sir. So we all together and with Dr. Sunia Goswami, we have able to do all these preparations. And this particular preparation is puri. You could able to see. I just wanted you to show you that this is as good as wheat atta. And I wanted to show you some other picture which is really interesting. Let me just share that photo too. Can you able to see this photo? We also have made pizza out of allur, and this is one of the this one where everybody got interested. Yes, pizza also can be made out of aloo. That they are eating pizza with all the nutrition like high iron, high zinc, and high protein. So this is what I wanted to share with all of you. And another one more interesting food product is, can you see the cookies? So this is a cookies, and one more interesting product. Why I am showing all this product means once you have a product in your hand, you know from wheat what and all you can do. The same way once you have a different kind of exploration you can do with the product. And this is another where it is. This is called tag. This is you can make both bakery products and also you can make all the wheat products which you can able to do with the wheat flour. So this is just I wanted to share you with all. And let me come to the makai again. And in makai, the difference between the hallur and makai is little bit different because of the starch component it has in the maize. So if you see the pearl millet starch structure, and if you see the maize starch structures, they are entirely different. They both in the arrangement of the starch molecules and also in the size of the starch molecules and also the integrity of the starch molecules which are there in intact with the cell structure. So all these three difference it is there with respect to the starch molecules. And that is why we had able to again it was a challenging aspect to optimize the gluten content, that is vital wheat gluten content in the maize flour. It was not that easy. Just we can able to mix two component together and we can make it. It's not so, because again we have to understand the biochemistry of the starch content and the starch structures, and also the starch interaction with the protein molecule. That is most important to understand these aspects before we mix any two components together externally. So what is the important difference is in the maize is that the maize starch structure is little bit bigger than the pearl millet, and also they have a the integrity of the starch molecules within the cell is lower compared to the pearl millet flour. So because of this reason, when we have added or when we have reconstituted vital wheat gluten, and the moment if I'm saying the word vital wheat gluten is, it is different from the normal gluten when you see in the market. So the gluten, and what is the difference between vital wheat gluten and the gluten? So if you already may be knowing this difference, but again I wanted to tell you the difference. So you go to the market, you get both kinds of products. One is another one is vital wheat gluten. So the vital, the term, the vital itself, it is denoting that it is denoting the properties of viscoelasticity and as well as the water holding capacity of the gluten. If the viscoelasticity is higher in the gluten and the water holding capacity is good in the gluten, that particular gluten product is called as a vital wheat gluten. And this particular intrinsic property of the gluten will be seen only when the gluten is non-denatured condition. In the sense, the gluten is nothing but protein. You all know that. The protein should not get denatured. If the protein will get denatured, that means it will lose its viscoelasticity property and also it will lose its water holding capacity. So therefore, it is specifically written that is vital wheat gluten in all the products when you wanted to choose to regenerate or you fortify this vital wheat gluten in any other products like a wheat products in order to get more elasticity, more pliable dough, then you have to go for vital wheat gluten. Yes, the gluten itself is also been sold as a gluten name, and that is it doesn't have or it doesn't possess that property, that viscoelasticity property, or water holding capacity will be very very low. But then people will consume that for the different purpose, like they use it as a good protein source. Like in the sports drinks, they use that particular gluten where it doesn't have that vitality. So just I wanted you to know the difference between the vital wheat gluten and the normal gluten. Here, what we have extracted is a non-denatured condition vital wheat gluten from our new invention. It has a low cost. It is a cost-effective and cost-effective technology which we have invented, and that has been patented. So with this vital wheat gluten, when we are reconstituting or regenerating with a maize flour, what we have done with the hallu, we could not able to get a dough what we could able to see in the pearl millet. So then it took long time, maybe 5-6 months it took to understand what is happening, why it is not giving same kind of dough what we have done in the pearl millet flour. So again, we have used different, percentage of vital wheat gluten. We have started with the 5, then we went for 7, 9, 10, till we went for the 14%. Then we have regenerated in the maize flour by adding a cold water. Normally, the wheat dough also we will prepare with the cold water. Right? In the same way we have done, but we could not able to roll the chapati, or we could not able to get that elasticity what we get it in the what we got in the halud flour after reconstituting with the vital wheat gluten, or with the what we get it in the wheat dough or with the wheat flour. So this is what really has raised so many questions why it is not happening. Then with the intervention of all the scientific intervention, we could able to identify the problem with the maize flour. Then we have gone for the hot water dough preparation along with the ghee and salt. So the moment when I'm saying the hot water should be between 60 to 70 degree Celsius, and that with the concept of gelatinization, able to get a proper dough. I just wanted to explain you what is the concept behind this adding hot water. The moment you add an hot water with a certain temperature, and each of the starch in different crops, maybe in the maize, maybe in the pearl millet, or any other wheat, or any other crop in that respect, each of the starch molecule in particular grains will have particular gelatinization temperature. So this gelatinization temperature for the maize is 65 degree, what we have optimized. We have to allow the gelatinization process to initiate. We should not completely allow the gelatinization to happen completely by maintaining 65 degree for the longer time. But we just wanted to initiate the gelatinization process. That is very, very important. And then after that, we have to arrest the continuity of the gelatinization in order to get a pliable dough. So what the same concept we have applied here, and we have initiated the gelatinization process at 65 degree by kneading the dough in hot water. And the moment the gelatinization will initiate, in that moment, you can see the crystallinity of the starch will get modified. So this crystallinity of the starch will have a highly ordered crystalline structure at the time of initiation or onset of the gelatinization. So this gelatinization onset, when it is directly correlating to an ordered structural crystallinity of the starch, and that it plays an important role. Now, because of an highly ordered structure of starch molecules, so when you add the water will be completely available for the vital wheat gluten. So the vital wheat gluten, now it will absorb the water amount how much ever it wants, and then it will make a barrier around the starch molecule. And the formation of this barrier, or the formation of complete complex with the starch molecules by forming a network, is very, very important, so that the extra addition of water will, that barrier of vital wheat gluten will not allow the water, whatever extra water we are adding, that to absorb by a starch molecule. Because now all the starch molecules, since it is gelatin, onset of gelatin, because of the onset of gelatinization, now the ordered starch crystallinity has been it has been shown, and then this particular starch molecule, now it cannot able to absorb the water from the when we are adding water from the outside. And now that means that the starch molecules are completely trapped by the gluten barrier. So this is very, very important to understand the concept why we added hot water. And this is the concept behind that. I just wanted you to know why we have done this. And because we could able to see a continuous gluten network on the dough because of using hot water, because of onset of gelatinization. Later on, we have arrested the gelatinization by reducing the temperature. That is very, very important. Once you are kneading the dough and with the hot water of 65° to 70°, then you are keeping at the room temperature, then you are not allowing the dough to be in the same condition at 65°. That means you are arresting the gelatinization process, which will get continue after onset of the gelatinization. Because the gelatinization itself, it is what it is denotes is it denotes the leaching of amylose molecule, and also it denotes the leaching of starch molecules, so that it will make a paste-like structure. Once the gelatinization process will completely, it will happen in the dough. So we don't want that to happen in the dough. So therefore we have arrested that, but we have initiated, but we have allowed to initiate the gelatinization process here. And this is how, now I will show you practically how we have done. And this is the hot water of 65 to 70 we have maintained with the thermometer. But again, due to late commencement of the class, little bit variation was there, and I asked our colleague Navita to again please boil this water, and let me show you the pliable dough, how we can roll with the hot water. And also we will show you how we cannot able to roll the chapati with the cold water. And these two are very, very important concept. And that's how we came with the makai. That means maize soft atta. And maize soft atta is very important because it has so many minerals in it, like potassium, it has sodium and potassium, it has beta carotene of 1 to 2 ppm. And now with the IRA varieties, you can able to get beta carotene of 13 ppm. And you all know that 50% of children in our country are anemic, isn't it?
छोटा यही से अच्छा लगा लो.
And that really help the consumption of soft bajra atta or consumption of maize atta without reconstitution of vital wheat gluten is not readily acceptable neither by the consumers nor it is readily acceptable by the industry point of view, just because they cannot able to do so many products what they could able to do easily with the wheat flour. So that is how it is consumer friendly. And with this consumer friendly nature of this product, this can be used twice or thrice a week, so that they can meet their beta carotene daily value at least of 20 to 30% what it is recommended by a FAO, so that it can gradually can reduce the anemic condition in the people. It is not only the poor people they are anemic, or it's not only the poor people they are malnourished, but more than 50% of the population is malnourished in our country because of, not because they cannot able to fetch the good quality food, that is only because of their habit of having only wheat and rice based staple. So this is what I just wanted to highlight why we have made this makai product. And I'll just show you how we will do this. So this is what gluten, what we have extracted from our lab, and this has fully vitality. That is why it is called as a vital wheat gluten. And now we are reconstituting or regenerating. The moment the word I am using regenerating means it should able to make a gluten network in the dough when we are adding hot water to the dough. Can able to see? Properly we have to mix it.
Take it a little more closer. Yeah.
Now it is very, very hot. Transferring the bowl. The whole content. How much we have added? We have to add how much?
400 ml we have to add, 400 gram we have to add 70 ml of water. Yeah. So it is only 25 gram.
ಹೌದೌದೌದು ಎಲ್ಲಾರ
This is how we made a pliable dough. You could able to see here. Roll it. एक कोल्ड वाटर में भी दिखाएंगे ताकि आपको पता चलेगा वो कैसे ब्रेक होता है डो। वाटर का तो ये बेल है, एक बार कोल्ड वाटर करके just wait for a few minutes. इसी में कर, इसी में
This is the same you can say ratio of the makai atta and the gluten. This is for 25 gram we have added 23.75 gram of makka and 1.25 gram of gluten to make it 5%. We properly mix it first to make the uniform flour with gluten. Now it is properly mixed, this flour with gluten. Now we will add the cold water in this. Earlier we have mixed the hot water. So you can see this is the dough of the cold water. Is it visible clearly? Plate. पहले ये कोल्ड वाटर को करके नहीं हो रहा ना. See, you can see the cracks are there. Means not different.
See, once you do like this, can you able to see the cracking of dough with the hot water? This is because of the starch molecules which are releasing and they are crossing the protein gluten in the dough. So this is what the difference. I think you could able to see the difference. This is cold water and this is hot water. Now we will just roll it. See, with this kind of dough, you cannot even roll the chapati. And now she is showing you the chapati. So this is what we have done it. So this is what we cannot able to do with this, and we have tried it many times, and this is what the concept behind that. And next is how we will analyze this kind of starch structure and all. We have analyzed with the confocal laser scanning microscopy, where we could see the arrangement of the starch molecules in the dough after with the cold water dough and the hot water dough, and we could able to see the trapping of starch molecules within the gluten network in the hot water dough, and the same thing we could not able to see in the cold water. That is the one technique. The technique part I'm just explaining you. The other is you can also go for the normal optical microscope in order to see the size of the starch granules and how the starch granules and the cellular intactness of the starch molecule is also very, very important. Whether they are within the cell, they are intact, or they are scattered too much. So that also you have to see before you go for the final dough quality. And this is the second thing. And the third thing is with the rheometer, you can also analyze so many onset of gelatinization also you can see in the rheometer, where people have shown not only with the DSC, and that also we have done with the rheometer, where we can see the complex shear modulus, and also we can see the tan delta, which also show the frequency, right? So both complex shear modulus, loss modulus, and also the storage modulus. So with these three components, we can able to analyze the onset of gelatinization, and also we can able to analyze the viscous part and the elasticity part of the dough. So these are the five most important techniques we need. Of course, for the crystallinity, you can go for the two types. If it is on the surface of the granule molecule, if you want to see the starch structure, then you can go for the FTIR, Fourier transfer infrared spectroscopy. So where if you want to in detail within the starch granules, what are all the structural arrangements, for that you have to go for X-ray diffraction. So these are the two techniques which are available to study the starch structure. And of course, you can also see the protein starch complex formation in the FTIR depending upon the wave number. That at certain wave number, you can see the absorption of the light by certain molecules, and that will give you the difference in the whether the starch protein complex is happened properly, whether the gluten, vital wheat gluten has formed a barrier around the starch molecule, that you can see visibly by CLSM, and also you can see structurally by using FTIR. Of course, you can also further organize it, or the starch structure or microstructure, you can also see with the scaling electron microscope. So this is what the roti, what you are seeing here, makai, or maize atta. It is as soft as your wheat atta. It is not rough. It is so soft that you can able to see here. So this much softness you won't get it when you are even in the reconstituted gluten if you are making dough with the cold water. And of course, it is really not possible when you are making the roti out of only with the maize flour. So that is why it is called as a maize, soft maize atta. Hope everybody have got. So that's how this product has been invented along with the members of team members. This has been completely guided by the head of the division, Dr. Shalli Praveen. Under her leadership, myself, Dr. Sneha Goswami, and Dr. Ranjit Ranjan, together we came out of with this product. So any questions in this? No question. I just wanted to thank all my lab members. Navita Bansal, she is a technical officer here. She taking care of all the experiments going on here, along with the NAEP project, SRF Dinesh Kumar and Saroji. So she is also a part of this particular component where she every day some other product, the making of dough rolling and some other thing is going on this lab. I wanted to thank each and every one of them, and my MSc student Tamil Selvan, who is also a part of the dough science, not in the Makai, but everybody together, they come up with so many techniques so that we can able to give a scientific intervention for this. Thank you all. So any doubts I can able to take your questions.
Yeah, participants, if you have any queries, please interact. So Vinu, I think they don't have any queries, and even if they have, they will leave the questions on mail, and then later on you can answer. So thank you, Vinu, for nicely explaining different aspects of this Makai. This is really a very useful technology, as we can make out from the popularity. So graph is increasing day by day. So thank you for explaining each and every step. And thank you to all your team members also for helping you in executing this particular practicals. Thank you. So now we are eagerly waiting for the last schedule, that is the valedictory function, which we have planned at 11:15. But I think still we are 33, and out of that 6 or 7 members are from division only. I don't know whether other trainees, they doesn't require this certificate, or is there any other issues, because I have not received any other message from any one of you except Dr. Praveen. So rest, we expect that they should join today's valedictory, and then you all should be present here. I don't know, yesterday only message was passed down. And anyway, so let others to join. I request all of you that at least for today, please keep your video on, because valedictory means it is presumed as the last day of this training program. So now all of us should at least see the face of each other, right? Because very soon we are going to have our PI of this project and head of division with us, and then at 11:15 we'll start. So maybe at 11, all other invitee guests, they will start joining this. So till then, you are free to interact in an informal way. Whatever you want, you can interact. One more thing, that if you see the schedule, I have given that 3 of the trainees, they have to share their feedback. So please make up your mind, any 3 of you. whosoever wishes, so you can share your feedback with the chairman of today's valedictory function. All right. So if possible, please switch on your video.
Good morning, sir. Sir, can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Actually, Dr. Ranjit, sir. So I think the less presence of participants, I think, might be due to the Shivratri. They might have gone for puja or something else. I think so. Hello.
Good morning, Dr. Subhas. Your microphone is on mute. Your microphone is on mute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please continue. That time actually some other commitment was there. So,
I was saying that due to the less presence of attendees, I think due to Shivratri festival. I think so.
maybe.
Yes. So I think after some time all will join.
So we have this function from 11:15, so no issue.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Yagvalkai Sharma.
डॉक्टर सर नमस्कार सर. नमस्कार सर.
नमस्कार
सर हैप्पी शिवरात्रि.
आपको भी, आप सभी लोगों को विश यू ऑल अ वेरी हैप्पी शिव महारात्रि, महाशिवरात्रि.
हाँ, मुझे लगता है सर डॉक्टर शुभाब जी सही बोल रहे हैं कि शिवरात्रि की वजह से ही शायद लोग अभी नहीं जुड़ पाए हैं.
ओके.
और बाकी पूरा ट्रेनिंग मैंने अटेंड किया, बड़ा अच्छा था. और जो डायरेक्टली लैब से जो इंटरेक्शन था, आपके लैब से जो भी प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज जो दिया था वो बहुत ही अच्छा था और बहुत कुछ सीखने को भी मिला. जैसे कि ग्लूटेन के बारे में भी मैम ने बताया, तो बड़ा अच्छा सेशन रहा था.
नहीं, आप भी बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं. सो ट्राई टू इनकॉर्पोरेट आवर स्टूडेंट्स आल्सो. So they are also interested
Dr.
to work in the framework which you are doing. So many a
Sure,
times
sure,
they
sure,
used
sure.
to ask, sir, kahin hai is type. So at least you involve all those people in your functions. So it will be a win-win situation for both of us.
Okay. थैंक यू पर थैंक यू डॉक्टर ज्ञानेंद्र जी पर अभी है नहीं है शायद
Dr. Gyanend Kumar Rai. Yeah, he is there.
ज्ञानेंद्र सर नमस्कार सर
नमस्कार नमस्कार शर्मा जी कैसे हैं आप
मैं सर बहुत अच्छा हूँ श्री राधे सर श्री राधे
हैप्पी शिवरात्रि टू यू
सेम टू यू सर हम लोग भी सर एक वर्कशॉप का ऑर्गेनाइज करा रहे थे हम लोग तो ये 4 डे का वर्कशॉप होगा एग्रीकल्चर मॉलिक्यूलर बायोलॉजी और बायो इन्फॉर्मेटिक्स के ऊपर तो हम लोगों ने भी एक लोग ट्राई कर रहे हैं कि हम लोग अपना लैबोरेटरी से डायरेक्ट एक प्रैक्टिकल सेशन जैसे कि रंजीत सर ने इस तरीके से कराया है उसी तरीके से सेम बेस पे हमारा भी 15 से लेके 18 अप्रैल को सर ये है सेशन
And this is for students or for scientists?
For all sir for all
Okay. So best wishes.
thank you sir thank you
Hello. So many of the name of participants are really dicey, and the person who is And the person who is drafting this certificate, so many a times we are confused whether the name is for the male or the female. So that's what discussion was going on. So still few of participants are missing. I don't know whether they are going to join or not. Good morning, Dr. Yatiraj Khare.
Good morning. Good morning. There's confusion for some person.
Okay.
Yes.
No issue, no issue. So we are going to have this function at 11:15.
Okay.
Good morning, Dr. Prakash.
Dr. Ranjit sir.
Huh?
Yes, I would like to ask Dr. Vinita and
Your
team
voice is not. Your
that
voice
they
is
have
not
developed
audible.
some technology for.
Dr. Subhas, your voice is not audible.
Now it's audible, sir.
Yeah, please.
Now it's audible, sir.
Yeah, please go
Yes.
ahead.
Sir, I want to say that yes, Dr. Vinita and team, I think they have developed some good technology for that Makai. Uh, just they have concluded whether that technology is available for farmers or common people.
Yes, sir. So as I told, we are into the licensing part. So talk is going on. So very soon we are going to license to some private companies. And then anybody can purchase this. Anybody can get the license from IRI.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
So this is a problem since this is virtual mode now. So we cannot show. Otherwise, we would have shown the packet, and this might have been one of the gift along with your certificates.
Definitely, sir. We will have whenever we visit your division.
Okay. You are most welcome. You are most welcome.
And I think, sir, in future we will need your help, particularly your division's help, for because the coming days is, I think, after processing part is most important of any crop harvest.
So you are most
yes, as the millet is getting more popularity. That is after 2023 is declared as year of millet. So I think you have more power in near future. सर मुझे लगता है जैसे मिलेट्स की हम बात चल रही है, मेरी परसेप्शन ये है कि जो भी क्रॉप हम नेग्लेक्टेड एरियाज में लगाते हैं दे हैव सम मोर क्वालिटी एस्पेक्ट, उनमें क्वालिटी कुछ ज़्यादा ही होती है। तो हम मिलेट्स की बात करें, लेग्यूम्स की बात करें या कुछ वेजिटेबल की बात करें, तो ये भी एक रोल प्ले करता है उसमें।
हाँ जी। So we'll start this at 11:30. So I request all the trainees, can you please switch on your video? If possible, please switch on your video, all of you, because at least last day we should see each other. I request all the trainees, please switch on your video for today for valedictory function. So our PI, she is going to join at 11:30 and then immediately we'll start.
Okay, sir. Okay.
If you have anything to discuss, any suggestions, this is the time you can share, any one of you. Any discussion, any suggestion, anything which really you want to share with all of us, you are most welcome. So 3 of you has to share the feedback. So any 3 of you, so please prepare accordingly. So you have to share your feedback about this training program.
You announce the name.
I think it will be not good, Dr. Sahab, if I say the name. It should be voluntarily from you people only. Because I don't know how much comfortable other side will be.
From Jammu, Dr. Subhash Kashyap is better for the
No issue,
feedback.
sir. No issue. You are most welcome, Dr. Sahab.
Okay, sir. Thank you. I will speak, sir.
Yeah, and then other 2 we expect from the other side. So from our lady scientists, so they should come out. Because this is more on nutrition and they are the pillar of who used to take care of the nutrition. So at least 2 panelists from women's side.
Shall we start the feedback right now or it will be little later?
No, it will be in between the function. Once validation will start, na, so in between, in front of your PI, so we'll have the feedback.
Okay, sir.
Dr. Anita can start from the ladies side.
But sir has already said that means when this valedictory function start, then we will start the feedback. But here I would like to say that means this is a very beautifully organized training program, and the main thing is that means they have conducted the practicals as well. So like theoretical, it is little like little boring. So when we go towards the practical side, so it create interest. So, and in future we can also think of like this, and we can also create training program for like for example, if we are working in the agriculture research institute or the central university, wherever we are, we can impart our knowledge to the farmers. And I think it is our duty to train our students as well as the local community. And I am really thankful to IARI because they have given such a platform and they have organized the ways. Like, for example, if we have to conduct future training for someone, so we can think like this way, so that means everyone can get this knowledge.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your kind words about the
Thank you, sir.
IRI, about this training program.
Thank you, sir. And so one thing more, like yesterday, I think you were saying, or some ma'am was saying that in September and October, you are planning to give means demonstration at IARI.
So our PI actually, she was sharing that October again we are going to have one training on these technologies at this division only. So she
Okay,
was
sir.
on it.
And so one thing more means I was thinking from last 3 to 4 days, like I am working in Haryana, and there I found some of the underutilized crops. And I have earlier mentioned that I have worked on underutilized fruits of Himachal Pradesh because I am basically from Himachal. So I have worked there, and now I am in Mahendragarh, Haryana. So I am again continuing my work on underutilized crops. So I found there one crop like kachari, and we have seen that fruit in Delhi as well as in Haryana also. And that fruit is only consumed in the form of chutney or used as an acidulant. But if we see other part of the fruit, then it contain maximum amount of protein, which is around 26 gram of protein. And I have also proposed one project. So, sir, I need one favor. Like, you are working on pearl millet on different aspects like biochemistry point of view, then like nutrition point of view. So I am thinking future collaboration means if anyone is interested in the panelist as well as the IRI, so that we can get like good quality of protein. And as we all know that in market there are so many products which are animal based products, and they are like causing health issues as well. So if we derive proteins from the plant sources, and if they are underutilized, so there will be a least means less cost effective also. So we can think over it also.
So IRI is always open to collaborations like this. So you are most welcome, and other panelists also, if you wish to join with Dr. Anita Kumari ma'am. So later on you can interact and then you can finalize. And now we have call also from third DST.
Yes,
So
sir.
you can plan and accordingly you can submit also. So
Sir,
that will be
yes.
also one of the outcome of this particular training program.
Yes, sir. I have submitted this co-research grant.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm submitting in that. And so one thing is more like if we see one crop in different aspects, so and if it is an interdisciplinary research, then it will be more fruitful, because I know one aspect, and if there are some other individual from the other stream, then it will be a good outcome.
Sure. I think by seeing the face, it seems we all are tensed. Today is Mahashivratri. Please have a smile on your face. Very
So
soon
happy
we are going to
Shivratri.
start. Yeah, wish you all a very happy Mahashivratri. Very soon we are going to start our valedictory function, and you will get your credit due certificates for this training program. So don't worry.
So one thing more.
Yeah. So this is
So
fourth thing, ma'am. So this is fourth statement which you are sharing. Yeah, please share.
yes, sir. So one thing is that, so can we share the email IDs and contact number of all the panelists so that we can be in
See,
touch?
that precaution we have taken because there is no problem sharing, but then we need your consent.
Yes, sir. Mhm.
So because this is a training program and we have diverse people from diverse regions. So I think it's, if you all wish, so definitely we'll share. We have Excel table with us. So we'll share on the WhatsApp also, on your mail also, so that later on you can interact with each other.
Yes, sir. Mhm.
But then we need consent.
Okay, sir.
So Dr. Yatiraj Khare, can we have your video, sir? Your microphone is on mute, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we have calculated that the maximum time of very nice information was written by you only.
Yes.
Yeah, but very few times we have seen your video on our training program.
Yeah.
So can you
Because
share something?
no, very nice training. We have learned more maximum. But in our area, very less area is here of this crop.
So you are from which region, sir?
Jabalpur.
Okay.
We are trying for jowar and bajra in this area.
Anji.
But their bird attack is more. We are trying to win more area.
So even you can try with pearl millet also.
Yeah, yeah.
And some of our product that you can give as a training to the farmers.
Yeah, yeah.
So we have Dr. Prakash. Dr. Prakash, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ah.
Yes, sir.
So you are giving.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You are giving complete feel of field.
Yeah, exactly.
You are in field only.
Not in field, but just outside, sir.
Okay, okay.
The training which you conducted is a very informative and exhaustive one, sir. And as this is the legacy of Division of Biochemistry, training is very exhaustive and informative and very well detailed one.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. Since I visited the division from when during that day, Dr. Lodasa was head, and from since that time, I experiencing very informative and very detailed one. Thank you very much, sir, for this organization.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. So we have one more alumni from this division only, Dr. Mohan Chauhan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Chauhan साहब.
Yes, sir.
हाँ सर, कैसा लगा आपको ट्रेनिंग?
बढ़िया सर, अच्छा लगा, बहुत अच्छा लगा, एग्जॉस्टिव था. And I some of the things which we do the practical to the masters and PhD students, like protein digestibility, then starch digestibility study, it was like it was very informative. The one which we practice and the one you people are doing, it is there is a difference, and the applicability is there. So I felt it was very informative, and whatever the in-depth study of starch and in-depth study of gluten and its combination with the food products and bringing out the new product, it was very informative, and it's now it is required in this time, and whatever the terms coming like superfood or product, I mean the product which people are demanding in the COVID situation, like immunity enhancer and all. So this is one of the kind product which Division of Biochemistry has released, and it will come up in a very good way, sir. and the training was very good, and we enjoyed the training. I didn't miss the first day. I was not there, but every day I enjoyed the training and the experiments, whatever you recorded with the efforts. The recording was very good, and there were little some internet glitches were there, but otherwise it was very good. It was very good.
So Mohan, whatever virtual photos we captured, so maximum number of time your photo was there. So thank you for your kind words. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Thanks a
Thank you.
lot.
Sir. Thank you.
Hello. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning, Ranjan. Good morning, everyone.
So shall we start, ma'am?
Sure, sure. I was just listening to the comments, what you are talking to the trainees, and waiting for that when we have to start.
A very warm good morning to one and all. Honorable Chairman of today's session, Dr. Sally Praveen ma'am, Head and Post Director, Niche Area of Excellence Training Program. Dr. C. Tara Satyavati ma'am, Project Coordinator, ECRIP on Pearl Millet. Dr. Archana Sasdev ma'am, Coordinator, NAE Training. Dr. Anil Dahuja sir, Professor, Division of Biochemistry, IRI. Galaxy of scientists from different divisions of IRI and sister institutes, trainees from various state agriculture universities, ICR research institutes, and KVKs, student, staff, and my dear friends. Once again, I welcome you all to this valedictory function of a 12 days short-term training program on Pearl Millet, Journey from Land to Lab to Plate. So this training we are going to organize under the aegis of Niche Area of Excellence Scheme of Department of Education, Indian Council of Agriculture Research. So I'll start this morning with a quote that your body is your temple. Keep it pure and clean for the soul to reside in. So if I quote the statement of Mahatma Buddha, so he told that हर मनुष्य अपने स्वास्थ्य का खुद ही लेखक होता है. जैसा अन्न वैसा मन. So this is the importance of nutrient and good health in our life. So this training program is basically an offshoot of committed objectives under the Niche Area of Excellence project of ICR. So we have one NAE project here at Division of Biochemistry, IRI. The title of project is Development of Biochemical and Physical Processing Technology to arrest oxidation of lipid flavons to enhance the shelf life of pearl millet flour. Pearl millet, I think from last 10 days, every day we are getting deliberations on pearl millet that this is the God's grain, which is also considered as a nutri-cereals. And it has all the beneficial nutrients which we require for a balanced diet. So rather than repeating all which we have heard from last 10 days, let me go on to the training program. So with the permission of chair, shall I go for the coordinator report, ma'am?
Sure, sure, Ranjan. Please go ahead.
So I have made few slides to summarize the 12 days training program. So still 1 day is left over, but then I have just tried to present all the talks and the practicals which we have organized under this short-term training program. So let me share these slides. So I think slide is visible to all. So if you see here,
Yes.
the title of our training program was Journey of Pearl Millet from Land to Lab to Plate. And we have tried our best to justify this statement by planning the talk and practicals in the same format. So it was a 12 days training program where a Google form was created, and then we could able to ask all the participants to fill it based on the requirement. We could able to receive almost 66 applications on Google form. It was automated form. And then based on the research area, educational qualifications, and then the requirement of the training. So we could able to finalize 34 participants for this 12 days short-term training program on pearl millet. So based on exhaustive discussions and need of the hour, so we could able to divide this training program into 3 modules. So our first module was on nutritional supremacy of pearl millet, where our focus was to explore the nutritional characteristic or nutritional feature of pearl millet. So we invited experts from different areas to explore the basic information related to nutrient, related to molecular biology of pearl millet. So that we explored in our first module. Second module was on problem of pearl millet flour and probable solutions, where we focused upon some of the problems or some of the reasons because of which pearl millet was not popular as it was expected. So we explored all those and then probable solutions, and all those solutions were from the IRI only, some of the technology which we developed. So our experts, so they share all the informations related to technology which we developed to solve the problem linked with pearl millet. Our third module was on processed product of pearl millet flour, which is already going on, where we showcased some of our product like halur, makai, and then we also shared the information on how to prepare, how to make these halur or makai. So all sort of information in the form of invitee talk, in the form of practical was shared with the panelists under the third module. So let's have a look on the list of the participants. So as I told, so 33 participants were selected. So these are the list of the participants which we selected, keeping in mind the reasons and then the SAUs and their research area. So we selected 33 participants, and these are some of the snapshots of participants. We also did a demographic stat of trainees. So almost 1/3 of the trainees were female, women, and then almost 73% were male. Category wise also, we could able to characterize, and these were taken care of during the selection also. So now coming on to the most important framework of our 12 days training program, that was selection of expert and then invitee talk. So here you can see these are the experts of our 12 days training program who has given very wonderful talk. As feedback few minutes back, we are into discussion, and maybe coming this one we'll get the feedback from the trainees also. So the inning was started with the project investigator of niche area of excellence, Dr. Shelly Praveen ma'am. So she very nicely explained the supremacy of pearl millet over other millet over the cereals. So it was very informative talk. And then our second talk was by Dr. S.P. Singh sir, a great pearl millet breeder from our division of genetics, IRI. And sir explained a huge information on different accessions which are available, their characteristic feature, and different pearl millet hybrids and then varieties which he developed here at IRI with their specific characteristic feature. So all those informations basically related to land was given by Dr. S.P. Singh sir in the form of invitee talk. Then I got opportunity to share some of the Perlomics work which we did under any project of here where we could able to do some skiptome, some identification of novel genes or approaches. Sir nicely explained different machines which they developed, they fabricated for the pearl millet processing. And then we experienced one virtual tour also of Division of Agriculture Engineering. So it was quite a scintillating talk, and then a practical by Dr. P.K. Sauser and then Dr. Arun from Division of Agriculture Engineering, IRI. Then Dr. Veda Krishnan. So she nicely explained the starch kinetics of pearl millet. So we started with the macromolecules and our first target was starch. And Dr. Veda Krishnan, she shared different dimensions of starch, estimation, kinetics, quality, all sort of information, which was quite satisfying for all the panelists. Then we invited Dr. Maharishi Tomar. So he nicely explained different models which he developed under any project related to the characterization of a pearl millet float. So whatever model he developed, he explained along with the data. And again, it was quite appreciative for all the panelists. So it was appreciated. Then Dr. Vinutha, so she nicely explained the protein digestibility, and just few minutes back, so I was discussing with one of the panelists, and then so our method was really different from what other people they are doing, and it was very convincing. So we got a lot of appreciation for the protein digestibility index, which Dr. Vinutha she explained also, and then practically this was demonstrated also. So this was very useful for most of the panelists, especially those who are working in this area. Then Dr. Navita Bansal. So she also nicely explained one of the biochemical marker, which basically we are using for characterizing the flow, that is nitrogen estimation. And then she demonstrated also, and then she had given a very good talk also on different methods for the estimation of nitrogen in grain powder. Then coming on to Dr. Shweta Kumari, so she also she had given a very nice talk on antioxidant network in pearl millet. So really, this is one of the important parameter, and then she nicely explained in an exhaustive manner different dimensions of this antioxidant network, how to characterize, how to estimate, all sort of information was included in that talk, and then we got very good response from all the trainees also. Coming on to Dr. Monica Jolie ma'am, so she also nicely explained one of the factor which is always an issue of contention for all of us, that is anti-nutritional factor, because it ultimately regulates your micronutrient. And then ma'am, she nicely explained different dimensions of anti-nutritional factor. And then a demonstration was also organized that how you are going to estimate the anti-nutritional factor in your pearl millet float. So it was really a very good talk, and we got a lot of questions from the panelists for this particular practical. Then Dr. Suneha Goswami, she along with Shelly ma'am, the PI of this project, so they nicely explained one of the most popular and promising technology which we have developed here at Division of Biochemistry, that is Halud. So Shelly ma'am, she nicely explained different, she nicely explained the story of how the idea of Halud was permeated and how this dream was converted into the reality. And then the practical part was taken care of by Dr. Suneha Goswami, where she nicely explained how to make this halud in the lab and how this was made. So that halur part was really interesting, and then a lot of questions was raised, and then curiosity was raised regarding this particular technology. Even Dr. Suneha Goswami, she rightly explained one of the metrics which we developed here at Division of Biochemistry, which is very useful for the breeder, and that is rancidity matrix. So she explained and she shared the story of rancidity matrix, how it was developed and what are the parameters which were taken and how best it can be used by the breeders. So some of the breeders in our group, so they were appreciating that particular talk. So I think in brief, I have tried to summarize the talk and the practicals which we organized under this 12 days. Still, we have one day, and today itself, Dr. Vinutha. So she also showcased one of the technology, that is Makai. So just a few minutes back, it was completed where she nicely explained the story of Makai and then some of the product which we developed. And then she also shared that yesterday only, so there was a big interaction and meeting with the media people. So this is the potential of the technology which has been developed over here. And then she demonstrated also the development of this Makai. So tomorrow we have one more day where we are expecting our partner from post-harvest technology, Dr. Shalini Rudra Gaur. Maybe she has joined this valedictory function. So she is going to explain you the product which we have developed using our this technology, and then how to characterize those products. So she is going to share all those informations related to pearl millet and its processed product. So coming on to the practicals. So here you can see this is a glimpses of the practicals which we organized during the 12 days training program. So Makai and protein digestibility. So that was taken care of by Dr. Vinutha and Dr. Navita Bansal. Phytic acid estimation, that was taken care of by Dr. Monica Jolly and Mr. Maharishi Tomar. Halur and then rancidity matrix, that was taken care of by Dr. Shelly Praveen ma'am and Dr. Suneha Goswami. Starch kinetics, so Dr. Veda Krishnan and Dr. Devruti Mandal. So she is a PhD student here. So she has taken care of there's a starch kinetics. SDS space, so yeah, I explained, and then along with me, Mr. Kankan Pandit. So he was the person behind the video and other thing. Processed product. So tomorrow we are going to be a part of this where Dr. Salni Rudragor, she is going to explain you how best we can use this powder for making different products of pearl millet. And then Dr. P.K. Sahu and Dr. Arun Kumar, so they nicely explained us about different fabricated machines which they developed for pearl millet processing. So this is in brief about the practicals which we conducted in the last 11 or 12 days. We also introduced one concept that was walk and talk, and let me share this, that the preparation for this training started long back, more than 8 months back, and then we shoot some of the videos, and then we shared these videos with the trainees, and especially the video by Dr. Shelly Praveen ma'am, where different dimensions of the pearl millet was shared. Video by Dr. S.P. Singh sir, where he shared some of the genotypes which we developed in live, because that time crop was there in the field. And then I also explained some of the dimensions of pearlomics. So these 3 videos were shared with the trainees under the walk and talk show. We got one virtual visit also, and so it was none less than the a personal visit. So everything was shown and shared about Division of Agriculture Engineering. And the thing is that this is one of the important part and one of the maybe important reason that why pearl millet was not popular. So we focus more on this, and then it was nicely explained, captured in the form of video made by Dr. Arun Kumar. So with this brief coordinator report, let me thank the Director IRI, Dean and Joint Director Education IRI, our course director and then Head Division of Biochemistry and PI of this project, Dr. Shelly Praveen ma'am, Dr. Anil Dahuja sir, Professor Division of Biochemistry, Dr. Archana Sasde ma'am, Coordinator, Dr. C. Tara Satpathy ma'am, project coordinator, ACRE, because whatever accessions, whatever research outcome we are showing, so most of the accessions we received from ACRE on pearl millet. Dr. S.P. Singh, principal scientist, IRI. So the crop and the video which we shoot, that was shown by sir only. Dr. P.K. Sahu sir, principal scientist IRI. So all the fabricated instrument which we are using for decortication and other processing, so that was fabricated by Dr. P.K. Sahu and Dr. Arun Kumar and his team. Dr. Monica Jolie ma'am, so the process product, and then information about anti-nutritional factors, so that we are working, and she is working in a very exhaustive way. Dr. Veda Krishnan, so our starch part is taken care of by Dr. Veda Krishnan, where she is doing a lot of work on different aspects of this. Dr. Arun Kumar, I have already explained the fabricated instrument part, so that is taken care of by Dr. Arun Kumar. Dr. Sweta Kumari, so she is working on antioxidant part of pearl millet, and she has generated a lot of information, important information on this dimension. And Dr. Navita Bansal, so nitrogen and then protein characterization. So very nicely she is taking care of that part. Dr. Salni Rudra, yeah, Dr. Salni Rudragor, so she is taking care of the process product which we are developing under this project. So with this brief note, let me thank all the RA, SRF and student who directly or indirectly are linked with this particular project, this 12 days training program, and then all the staff of Division of Biochemistry, because it's not possible to organize such a program without the help of the staff of your division. So I would like to thank each one of you for your support, help, and motivation. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So now I invite my coordinator, Dr. Archana Sasdev ma'am, to please share her valuable remarks.
Good morning, all. Thank you, Ranjan. You have very, very lucidly explained the whole concept behind this workshop and how it was organized beautifully into the modules. And the invited speakers are so very selectively picked up for the invited talks. I would like to give a general remark to all the participants. At the outset, I would like to congratulate all the participants for successful completion of this workshop. It was actually your zeal and your sincerity in attending the workshop that was really admirable. Although you've been getting knocks every morning by Ranjan to come and join, but that thing helped. But one knock, and after that, you all persisted watching your workshop very, very sincerely. I mean, you were all consistent part of the workshop for the next 3 hours. So we really admire that. Thank you so much. To do it in a virtual mode is tough, but you people made it. We wanted to actually share the success story of Pearl Millet, which is achieved by Dr. Shelley and her vibrant team. And this success story was achieved in a very, very short time. So they wanted to share with the scientific fraternity who was working specifically in this area of nutrition. And we wanted to convey the message that a similar approach can be implemented for similar such forgotten nutritious crops. You can also follow the same or a similar approach so that these nutritious crops also make a headway from land to lab to plate. So that was the main aim of this workshop, because it was very successfully conducted in Pearl Millet, and it achieved the success, which was really remarkable. Now, to justify the title of the project, we tried our best to systematically plan the workshop into 3 modules, and each representing the journey of Pearl Millet from land, that is from the fields, to lab, that is their complete nutritious and biochemical related analysis, and to the plate, that is its processing into final edible products. And in the process, we also discussed the technologies and the products developed, and the products which were commercialized, and also the patents which were submitted. Then each of the invited lectures were delivered by the scientists who were directly involved in the process and who had the complete scientific know-how of the technology involved. The lectures and the videos have been duly shared on the YouTube by Dr. Ranjan. And if you have any queries in future regarding the concerned texts or the practicals, you can address them directly to the scientists concerned. the virtual workshop was the only thing possible. We wanted to have it in person, but during this pandemic time, that was not possible. So at least a virtual workshop could be held. And we also know that if it was held in person, you people would have been more interactive and not only with the speakers, but also amongst yourselves. And generally, such workshops in person help in developing linkages for collaborations in the area of related research. But we also would like to emphasize on the point that the success achieved in making pearl millet visible, specifically at the time when the Prime Minister himself has reiterated its significance and importance in diet. And also globally, there's a reflection in 2023 of millets as an international year of millet. This was just the appropriate time to have this workshop. So I would very, very sincerely like to congratulate all the successful participants of this workshop. Thanks for joining in and thanks for maintaining your tempo for all these 11, 12 days. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Ranjan.
Thank you, ma'am. So now it's time to listen to the feedback of the trainees. So now I invite 3 trainees to please share your feedback about this 12 days short-term training program. Yeah, Mohan, please go ahead.
Yeah, good morning to you all. I'm Mohan Chauhan from University of Agriculture Sciences, Bangalore. I'm in Department of Plant Biotechnology, working on plant biochemistry. This 11 days, 1 day is again there to complete the training. The 11 days of training, it was very exhaustive, and there were a couple of speakers were very informative. I thank Dr. Veda, who touched upon the starch kinetics and quality of the starch. I thank Maharishi Tomar for giving a models of the pearl millet, and I thank Vinuta for exhaustively explaining the protein digestibility. I thank Dr. Navita Bansal for showing the Jaldal method of nitrogen estimation practically. I thank Dr. Shweta Kumari, who explained about it was very nicely explained by her. And I thank Dr. Monica Jolly ma'am, and she explained very nicely about the phytic acid, phytates, and its anti-nutritional property. It was very exhaustive, and the interaction was also very good. I thank Dr. Suneha Goswami, who explained about the halur development, how halur got practically she actually shown, and she shown the rancidity matrix of the particular the crop, the pearl millet. And in between, Dr. Shaili ma'am, she was my teacher in my master's degree. So she again nicely explained about for halur from the pearl millet. It was very nice. The videography was made by Dr. Ranjan and team. It was very nice. And I thank Dr. Ranjit Ranjan finally, because he was one of the most active person in this training. Every time he used to send a message to us saying that, please join. Good, and it was interactive, and the one of the disadvantage I could able to see about this training is we don't know each other here. Only we are talking to the speaker, and then we are keeping quiet. We are not, we know some of the names. I know some of the names, like Anita Kumari, I know because she speaks in between. So I know her, I know Monica Sood, and I know Kashyap sir, I know Karendra Kumar Rai sir. So some of the people I know. There are some they are not on the video, and I don't know their faces also. this was the one of the disadvantages. Otherwise, the training was very good and very informative. I thank all the panelists and all the invited speakers and the coordinators. Thank you very much, sir.
So anybody else from the trainee side, if you want to give your feedback, please share.
Hello.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, sir. A very good afternoon to our respected organizers and the panelists. I'm really thankful to the organizers, specifically Dr. Praveen Shali ma'am and Dr. Ranjit Ranjan sir, and the invited speakers also, because they have selected me, and I was a part of this training program. And as we all know that this training program was on the theme that journey of pearl millet from land to lab and to plate. So through going this program, I learned that, like, for example, if I'm thinking on some problem, so I can also link the problem in the same way. And this training program has realized us about the importance of pearl millet, and it has also taught us that how we can plan a research in a more organized way. And the second thing is that, like, I have also learned like antioxidant properties, proximate composition that we can also do in our labs also. But again, I was lacking in essential amino acid composition, is how we can determine that. So I have learned about that. I have also learned about antioxidant properties, starch kinetic. So this was very useful for me as well as for other panelists also, in which field they are working. And one more thing which I came to know is that Huluru, and I am very happy that it will be available online as well as in IARI division. And I am planning to come over IARI in few days to get that Huluru packet, and I want to add that Huluru in my daily diet. So, sir, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Subhas, you want to share something?
Thank you, Dr. Rajiv Ranjit Ranjan Kumar sir. First of all, I would like to thank course director Dr. Shali Praveen for giving us an opportunity to be part of this training. Sir, it's well explained by all. Even first slide, inaugural this session started by you. You have explained each and everything of speakers, what they have delivered. I enjoyed all the lectures which I have attended. And it's nicely fit that your title of the topic, that is land to lab to plate. Because yeah, our research do not have any value unless and until it the people like us who are not able to go out for attending and risking our lives. So it's very useful. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Subhas. So I think we'll go on to the next module. So that is to get your hard-earned certificates. So with the permission of chair, so now it's time to bestow you with the certificates. So what I'll do is I'll go on flashing the virtual certificates, and then I expect a PI of this project to please one by one interact with the trainees, and then we'll bestow the certificates. So here we'll go. So first we are going to distribute the training certificates. So this is Dr. M. Raghavendra. I request all the panelists, please switch on your video. Now this is a very important session. Please switch on your video. Yeah, Dr. M. Raghavendra.
Sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir, for selecting me in this program. That is a niche area of excellence in this, and it was a fantastic program, sir, that was designed and implemented. Here we are on the 11th day of this program, and I am very happy to get this certificate, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Dr. Praveen V. Jadhav. So today morning I got call. There was some emergency in his house, so he could not able to join. So we are sorry for this. Dr. Sivaji Vasant Damame. So he's assistant professor at MPK Virauri. Sir. Yeah. Dr. Sivaji, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah. Can
Yes,
you
sir.
switch on? Yeah,
I'm
please
here,
switch
sir.
on.
Hello. हाँ सर, आवाज आ रही है सर?
हाँ जी, आ रही है. Please.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, if you want to
Hello.
say something, please share.
Sir, thank you for selecting this training program. I'm very thankful for all these professors and colleagues for this providing me this opportunity to attend this seminar, this training program. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Aradhana Kumari, Assistant Professor, JNKV, Vidisha, MP.
Thank you, sir, for selecting me and providing opportunity to attend this training, because it is not possible for we people to join training physically in IRI, because always it is written that you cannot accompany it with anyone, and we have small, means I am having a small kid. That's why it is very good to join this training virtually. And I'm very happy to see that the collaboration between the all scientists of among all scientists of biochemistry division of IARI, and all are working in a means a different aspect of the same crop, and providing different products. Is nutraceutical, just like nutraceuticals, and all are wanting in this era. And I think it will be very fruitful for me for providing information to my farmers, students, and designing any experiment or project in further endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Dr. Subhas C. Kashyap, Assistant Professor, ISCOS, Jammu.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I forget to mention that your holler and makai is due for a gift for us. Whenever we visit your division, we will have that.
You are most welcome. Thank you, Dr. Subhas.
I would also like to thank Dr. PK Sahu, because I forget to mention his name. He has he brings new equipments and machineries to our knowledge. Otherwise, I was not able to see like that. We will definitely we will have some problems with the millets processing. So we will take help from him. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Dr. Subhas. Thank you, Dr. Subhas. Dr. Amrita Tiwari. Dr. Amrita Tiwari. So maybe I think.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, can you please switch on your video?
Yes, sir.
So maybe I think there is some issue with the internet. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Dr. Monica Sood.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I would like to share that this training, first of all, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity. And the training was very comprehensive, informative, especially the practical part, which is missing in most of the virtual training programs. And it updated my knowledge. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Akanksha Tiwari, Assistant Professor, College of Agriculture, Azamgarh, UP.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to attend this training. And the best part of this training is the practical aspect. And I have gained most of the knowledge regarding pearl millet. And I will do my breeding work in this crop. And so first of all, I would like to congratulate all of you for successfully organized this training. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Dhananjay Singh, Scientist, KVK, JNKV, Jabalpur.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Dr. Anita Kumari, Assistant Professor, Central University of Haryana.
Hello, Hanji, good afternoon, everyone. So thank you so much, sir. And I thank one and all who is directly or indirectly involved in this, specifically the team who is working on this project. And the more important is the students and SRF, JRF, who is constantly contributing to this. And one thing more is that means I am also planning to work on some of the crops, underused crops of Haryana. And here one thing which I notice is that like all the scientists, they are working under one umbrella. So that is a good thing. And I can also think like that. So that means a better outcome will come. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Alpana Sharma, Scientist, KVK, MP.
Thank you, sir, for selecting me as participant in this training program. The training program was very much informative and it also includes the practical part. So it is very, very lively and informative. Thank you all for selecting me for this training program.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Sanjay Jain, Scientist, JNKV, Jabalpur. Dr. Sanjay Jain. So I think Dr. Jain, so maybe because of technical glitch, so he is not in this group.
Hello.
Yeah, sir, are you there? Yeah, please switch
Yes,
on
sir.
your video. Yeah.
1 minute, sir. 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, thank you very much, sir. राजीव रंजन सर, आपने बहुत अच्छे से जो ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम है पूरा अच्छे से डिजाइन किया था और इसमें मैं समझता हूँ कि टीचर्स के लिए और रिसर्च पर्सनल्स के लिए और एक्सटेंशन वर्कर्स के लिए सभी टीमों के लिए बहुत ही अच्छा मटेरियल था और प्रोग्राम से थैंक यू वेरी मच सर.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Dr. Alka Singh, Scientist, JNKB, Jabalpur. Dr. Alka Singh, Scientist, JNKB, Jabalpur. So I think ma'am, she is not there. Dr. Sunil Kumar Jadhav, Scientist, KVK, Bagalkot, MP. Dr. Sunil Kumar Jadhav. So I think there is some issue with the technical. So Dr. Pramod Sharma, he is from JNKB, Jabalpur. Dr. Pramod Sharma.
Thank you very much, sir, and all the organizers for the wonderful training. Thank you very much, sir. Once again.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Pramodji. Mr. Yagvalkai Sharma, Scientist, Khalk Laboratory, Mathura. Mr. Sharma, are you there?
But first of all, I would like to thank for all the organizing committees for selecting me for this training program under the niche area of excellence. And I will really appreciate you for your hard work, for your effort for making this training program successfully. And finally, just I would like to thank to all the coordinators of this training program, all the members of this training program, and hope we will find some more training program and workshop ahead. Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Dr. Prakash K. Lokhande, Associate Professor, MPKV Rahuri.
Thank you very much, sir. Division head division of biochemistry, Dr. Shelly Praveen, Dr. Archana Sachdev, Dr. Ranjit Ranjan, sir, for organizing such a wonderful training and the right time, because without perspective and in well detailed understanding of metabolic pathways and estimation, the biofortification program will not be successful. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Dr. Mahesh Kumar, Scientist, Khazri, Jodhpur, Rajasthan.
Thank you, sir, for this wonderful training. This is very useful for me because I'm working in the Kazari, Jodhpur. Thank you.
Thank you, Mahesh. Dr. Bhagwat P. Pendre, Program Assistant, KVK, MP. Dr. Bhagat P. Pendre. Dr. Mohan Chauhan, Assistant Professor, GKVK, US, Bangalore.
Thank you, sir. I forgot to say thanks to Dr. P.K. Sahu, sir, who elaborately shown that department, and he shown many of the instruments. I thank Dr. Shelly Praveen ma'am. I thank Dr. Archana Sachdev ma'am and Dr. Ranjit Ranjan sir for organizing this particular training, and it was very informative, and I would like to have such kind of a training in coming days also. It was very good, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mohan. Mohammad Sameem, Associate Professor, Dr. Kalam Agriculture College, Kishanganj, Bihar.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for selecting me as one of the participants. I enjoyed a lot of this training, but especially the virtual visit of the Parliament field, and also some practical classes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sameem. Dr. Julie D. Bandral, Associate Professor, SCOS, Jammu.
Good afternoon to everyone. I appreciate Dr. Ranjit Ranjan, Madam Shelly Praveen for organizing such a comprehensive training program on pearl millet. And beautiful part was putting so much an effort for providing practical demonstration, that on the virtual platform. I feel proud to be part of this training program. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Dr. Jagriti Borakar, Scientist, JNKV, MP.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving me the. Thank you so much, sir.
Ma'am, can we have your video?
Yes, sir.
So I think there is some technical.
Hello.
Yeah, ma'am. Please switch on your video and then share your statement. Yeah.
I have already switched it.
Yeah,
Hello.
now, yeah. Please go ahead.
Hello. Sir, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to being the part of this wonderful training program. Training was nicely organized and it was very informative, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Yati Raj Khare, Scientist, Jabalpur, MP.
Yes. Thank you, sir, all of you. Very nice training. This training is also useful for my life because I'm diabetic since last 10 years. I'm using since 2 years that pearl millet flour. Thanks a lot. Very nice information. All of you, congratulations or thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Geeta Singh, Scientist, JNKV, MP. Dr. Geeta Singh, Scientist, JNKV, MP.
Hello, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Neelu Vishwakarma, Scientist, KBK, MP.
Good morning, sir. Thank you, Ranjan sir, selecting from nice training, sir. And thank you for all the committee members, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Dr. Gyanendra Kumar Rai, Assistant Professor, ISCOS, Jammu.
To Dr. Ranjan. Thanks for PI and Head of Division Biochemistry, Madam Sally Prame, Archana Sadde, Madam. And this training is more beneficial for us because this training are given the better information, especially on nutritional biochemistry. Yeah, thank you. And also congratulates to all team members for the nice training program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Dr. Akhilesh Kumar Patel, Scientist, JNKB, Jabalpur. Dr. Akhilesh Kumar Patel. Most probably is not there. Dr. Anil Kumar Singh, Associate Professor, ISCOS, Jammu.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving me the opportunity to participate in the training program. I have learned a lot during this training program. Your presence never showed it's a virtual mode. From the morning to afternoon, you are always watching to all of us and keeping your sentences like that. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Parvez Ahmad Sofi, Associate Professor, ISCOS, Jammu and Kashmir.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. I compliment the organizers for a wonderful training on a topical issue about pearl millet. Even though I earlier told that I'm not as such working, and pearl millet is not our crop, but there were very good learning takeaways from this training program. In between there was some technical glitch. Yesterday we had some issue with internet, so I could not connect for lot of part of the training yesterday. But anyway, I'm thankful for all the participants to be very committed and very punctual in the training program, and it was a nice show. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Chirag Maheshwari, Scientist, CIA, Bhopal, MP. Dr. Chirag Maheshwari.
Very good morning, sir. First of all, I'm very much thankful to Ranjan sir for accepting me for this training, and very much thankful for Sally ma'am and Archana Sasde ma'am for delivering such a wonderful talk. And thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Chirag.
Sir, just one. Sorry to say, but one spelling mistake is there in the my. May I?
Yeah, that I'll get to you.
Sure.
Maybe after this, I'll be there.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Mr. Muzaffar Hassan, so from Division of Biochemistry, IRI.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. I'm very thankful to all that you invited me and give opportunity to me for participating in this training. And the training was very wonderful. I learned a lot from this training. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Maharishi Tomar, Scientist, IGFRI, Jhansi.
Thank you so much, everyone, for hello. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
And Dr. Rajiv M. Nayak, Professor and Head, MPKV, Rahuri. Nayak, sir. So maybe I think sir is not there anyway. So that was the list of the participants who have been awarded the certificates. So we have certificates for the invitee speakers also. So fastly, just I will run down this. So we have a certificate for Dr. S.P. Singh sir, who nicely explained about different accessions of pearl millet. Dr. Navita Bansal, so she also nicely explained and demonstrated the estimation of nitrogen through Geldal method. Dr. Monica Jolie ma'am, she also explained the anti-nutritional factors and then a practical on how to estimate ANF. Dr. Sweta Kumari, she nicely explained the antioxidant network in case of pearl millet. Dr. Suneha Goswami, so she explained the rancidity matrix in pearl millet. Mr. Maharishi Tomar, so he explained different models developed in the area of pearl millet. Dr. Vinuthati, she explained the protein digestibility, and then she also demonstrated a Makai technology, that how to make this Makai. Dr. Pramod Kumar Sahu, so he's principal scientist at Division of Agriculture Engineering, IRI. He nicely explained different instruments which we are using for the processing in case of pearl millet and then fabrication of instruments. Dr. Arun Kumar, so he prepared, he captured and prepared a very nice video for the virtual trip of Division of Agriculture Engineering, IRI. Dr. Salni Gaur Rudra ma'am. So tomorrow we are going to have one invitee talk by ma'am where she is going to connect the pearl millet with some of the processed product which she developed. And then she will also demonstrate that processed product. Dr. Veda Krishnan. And so she nicely talked about different and then starch kinetics. So that was in brief about our invitee speakers. Last part is certificate of appreciation. As I told, it's not possible to organize such a program without the help of student and staffs. So we have a few certificate of appreciation for them. So our first certificate is Mr. Ansif Ali. So that Halur video and then all other aspects related to rancidity matrix that was captured by Mr. Ansif. He is PhD student working under Dr. Suneha Goswami. Then Mrs. Debrati Mondal, so she is a student of Dr. Veda Krishnan, and then one of the demonstration. So she only prepared all those videos and then that was presented. So that was on starch kinetics. Then Mr. Dinesh Kumar, so he is working under Dr. Vinuthati, and some of the videos, especially the protein digestibility and then Makai, so he was one of the active member in capturing all those. Mr. Siddharth Kumar, so all your logistics and other helps, so he was very active in helping me. He is associated with me, and then all sort of other work, so he helped me a lot. Mr. Jitender Pratik, so he was the person behind all these technical internet-based work, starting from the sending your Zoom link to taking care of your attendance, taking care of the certificates and all other accessories. So he was one man behind all these things. And Mr. Kankan Pandit, he is my MSc student, and then the SDSP's video was captured by him, and he nicely explained that particular part. So this was in brief about the certificates for today's 12 days NAE training program. So now, before inviting our chief guest, so we have with us Dr. C. Tara Satvati ma'am, project coordinator at CRIP on Pearl Millet. So now I invite ma'am to please give her valuable remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry, good afternoon already. It was very delightful to see the progress of this training program. Though I was invited to be part of this to give a invited talk because I was down with viral fever. Even today, I'm still weak and bit not fully recovered. But I see the progress and I'm listening to the had shared with Dr. Shelly Praveen in 2017, and it is very pleasing to see how it is unraveling in front of our eyes and how the information on pearl millet is being transferred to people and how people are gaining knowledge about it and they're becoming aware of its nutritional importance and how to use it in their day-to-day use by overcoming the problem of rancidity and improving the shelf life. It's really very, very good to see all this progress. And I also would like to mention, I think I have mentioned during the inaugural session also, that even the Minister of State for Agriculture, he is very much keen in knowing about the progress in pearl millet. And recently he was here in Rajasthan last Saturday, and during that meeting also he was mentioning about the progress, how the scientists were able to overcome the problem of rancidity, and how the group of biochemistry under the leadership of Dr. Shelley has overcome the problem of making roti of pearl millet for the urban women. In the rural Rajasthan, people are aware how to make pearl millet roti because it does not have gluten. It does not. It is not easy to prepare like the wheat roti. But due to the addition of the wheat gluten into the pearl millet flour, how the quality has improved and how it has become easy for the urban women to prepare roti just like the rotis of wheat. So this is one step, one innovation and one technology which has made pearl millet easily accessible to urban uh, population. It is not that people are not able to get it, but people are not knowing how to use it in their daily use. But this technology, this little innovation has added, and it has made pearl millet flour available in every household kitchen, at least in Delhi and especially of IRA related families. Now, when we speak of this pearl millet halwa product, people are very keen to know and they are very eager from where we can get this product. So this is just my little suggestion to the biochemistry people. If we can make it available online, maybe through some companies, so it will be easily accepted and people are waiting to get this product. So this is one little suggestion, Dr. Shelley ma'am. I know that you have made it, there is an MOU with a company, but if you can discuss with them and make it available online, there is a big demand for this product. And now you all know that the International Year of Millets is declared for 2023. People are gearing up to bring millets into the mainstream. Government's efforts are already initiated, but the initiative from people, the consumers, we people has to come, and that will come when we are made aware of these things. And already steps are being taken by you people to bring pearl millet into the mainstream. And I think there is a long journey to go to make pearl millet equivalent to the staple.
uh, Dr. Archana Sachdeva and all the panelists and those who are taking training. Really, it is quite nice to participate in this type of virtual training program. Earlier also I had told it would have been much better if it would have been physical, but in the present circumstances, organizing this type of online or virtual training, it is quite good. In the afternoon, we have a webinar also. So that is about the precision farm equipment, but the starters, prospects, and all these things we will be discussing in that way. And the DDG engineering, he will be the chief guest, and director IRI will be participating in that. But what I mean to say, always this type of training program, it is not one way. And during my deliberation also, I spoke about how we learn from the trainees. So in the interaction, one of the trainee, he talked about, can we go for a thresher, which can just thrash for a particular plot and all these things. That means what we are thinking in the lab, that is very much in the demand. Because on that day also I told, single panicle or single earhead thresher, which is available in the international market with high cost. So can we go for the indigenization of all these things, make in India, type of things. So in this way, we are planning. So it is always a two-way process. We learn a lot. Thank you very much for making me a part of this training program. So Dr. Ranjan, I will take the leave. Thank you very much, because in the afternoon we have a webinar, and I'm going to host that.
Okay.
So please excuse me. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind words and sparing your time. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. So now you all are eagerly waiting for the keynote address. So now it's time to listen to our course director and PI of this project, Dr. Shelly Praveen, ma'am. So ma'am.
Chief guest. I am the host of this training program, so please don't use this word. The second thing is keynote. Means keynote, you all have done the keynote in last 11 days. I am here just to give you a sum up or summary. So it's not again a keynote. So these two modifications I want to do at the beginning of my address. My colleague is present, Dr. Tara. All the colleagues from the biochemistry division, and two course coordinator, Dr. Ranjan, Dr. Archana Sasdev, and Dr. Suneha also as a coordinator. All the faculty members of Division of Biochemistry, Division of Agriculture Engineering, and we have participation from Division of Genetics and Division of Post-Harvest Technology. All the trainees, 33 trainees participating in this 12 days program, and the students, SRFs, and technical staff of the division who are constantly involved in this training program. And we have our professor also, Dr. Anil Zahuja, with us. So a very, very warm good afternoon to all of you. Today is the 11th day and not the concluding day. Why we did this exercise today? Because tomorrow you want to experience Hallur on your plate. Of course, in a virtual manner, where Dr. Shalini from PhD is going to show you different preparations of Hallur. And one component I request Dr. Ranjan, if possible, can be included is the inclusion of Dr. Sangeeta from Division of Extension, because that is also from our group, and she is doing a lot of extension activity and promoting pearl millet and Hallur in different villages. So if possible, please include one lecture from Dr. Sangeeta also for tomorrow. So while listening to everything and while listening to Dr. Tara and to Dr. Ranjan's report and the comments by Dr. Archana Sasdev, I was just going through my memory lane in 2016. 2016, I met Dr. Tara in the fields, IRI fields. And I was visiting for some other purpose, and I met in the fields. And that time she stopped me and she told me that we want with Division of Biochemistry. That time we were not knowing anything about pearl millet, and then I was knowing that she is a very good breeder in the area of pearl millet. But before that, we were not having much interaction. But that day, if Dr. Tara is here, she can recall that she stopped me in the field and she told me that it will be good. Now you are in biochemistry and we can start collaboration. And we agreed upon, and as the time passed, she joined in 2017 as a project coordinator, ECRIP for pearl millet at Jodhpur. And that gives more impetus, although right from the beginning, she is a very, very hardworking breeder and always promoting pearl millet. But with her new position as a project coordinator, she really defined her role in a very good manner. And in 2017 itself, she discussed with our DG, Dr. Mahapatra, and emphasized that how important pearl millet is. And a brainstorming session was arranged, that too in the Division of Biochemistry. That was our first step towards joining together and our interest building up in the area of pearl millet. And thanks to Dr. Tara and thanks to our DG, because he readily agreed and he spent a lot of good time in our division motivating us that this is an important crop and biochemistry division has to take a lead along with the ECRIP program so in this area. So that is in 2017 and the next year 2018. So for one full year we were just thinking how to start, when to start, and you all know that money is the first major constraint if you start some activity. So collaboration is there, but you need some money for research. So Dr. Tara and myself constantly working that how to get funding. So whenever she used to visit Delhi, we used to discuss which forum we should apply to get some fund. And that time we got an opportunity to meet our DDG Education, Dr. Rathore. We both went to see him and discussed with him the possibility of having a very good program in pearl millet in coordination with ECRIP pearl millet. And so nice of Dr. Rathore that time, he immediately agreed. And he also encouraged us to come forward with a very good plan on niche area of excellence. That time, we were not very much knowing about this program. So we started working and developing a program. And once we were going through the documents of niche area of excellence, we found that this program is basically a HRD program. And he focused that, okay, you do research, but you always keep in mind that since the program main focus is human resource development, so try to involve a good program on human resource development through trainings. So that was the time we thought, let's have an amalgamation of some research component and some training program. And at the same time, Dr. Sahu also approached us. So this is really a triangular way of dealing a problem. Since there was no planning of any collaboration between a biochemistry and agriculture engineering. This is the first ever collaboration between these two disciplines. And initially people were not imagining that two disciplines can have some common objectives to work on. So that was again a unique point in this project. And when Dr. Sahu approached us, so three of us jointly discussed various aspects, and my full team, full support always from Dr. Ranjan as a co-PI of this project. And we developed this program, and this was sanctioned to us. And we thought of having training component, important component. So two training program we scheduled in the division of biochemistry, one for farmers in the area of genetics, and one more training program for entrepreneurs in the area of agriculture engineering. So this is how we distributed our training program. And nicely the concept of pearl millet usage up to the product is being carried out in this program. And what you have listened in the last 11 days, whatever glimpses you had in the form of a video clipping of different practicals, is just not a one-day affair. It was a very hard work of full team from the last 2 to 3 years. So that is a kind of commitment for any project one should have. Then only you can have a success, the kind of success we have reached up to a product development. And now Minister of States and even the Agriculture Minister has released our product. So this kind of achievement right from the inception of problem to the product orientation is never be a one-person effort. It is always a 14, 15 people involved in this from different disciplines. So most of the trainees remark, if I'm going through those remarks, I was just thinking that most of you learned that planning in an organized way and a collaboration with different discipline is the key for success. So alone, one discipline people cannot work. And the transparency and the honesty with which you collaborate is also important. At many places you find in many institutions, it is very difficult to collaborate. And most of the scientists, I do not know, I don't want to use the word ego, but there are inhibitions that whether I'm a biochemist, whether I should interact with an extension worker or with the post-harvest or with the engineering people. So if we shed these inhibitions, and as a scientist only we interact with each other, and you should have a common focus on the problem. First, you have to identify a problem. So this training program is not only on pearl millet. This will teach you, because you all 33 people are not going to work on pearl millet, because many of the participants I'm seeing from MP, where the major crop is wheat and next is soybean. So it's not, the lesson learned from this training is not only to work on pearl millet, but any crop you want to work on. The main objective should be that you should have a focus on the problem identified. If you have to divide the success of any research out of 100, first 30 marks I will give what is the problem you identified. That time when we identified a problem, nobody was knowing pearl millet. And if you go to the chakki and you just ask कि pearl millet दे दो, तो वो बोलता था कि दाना चुगने के लिए देना आपको. It's a bird feed. So from that point, then starting working, awareness, nutrition, product, and we are so happy 2018 May, we got a cereal, it is called as Nutri Cereal. Now 2023, it is not only national, international year of millets. So you have to perceive, that time we were not knowing all these things. Dr. Tara is a witness here. We were not knowing कि एक दिन pearl millet ऐसा हो जाएगा. तो हमने जब स्टार्ट किया था, तब तो इसको चिड़ियों के चुगने वाला दाना ही ज्यादा माना जाता था. तो उस स्टेज से लेके इस स्टेज तक आना is not a one day job. So first is identification of a key problem. कि आप क्या चीज एड्रेस करना चाहते हैं. That is 30 marks. You just allocate what you sit, plan your research work, what you are doing, what you want to do, give 30 marks and give elaborate thinking of it. Then think of possible partners. If this is a question mark you want to address, any question mark in the research. And please see, one of the comment I think from one of the trainee is very important. That is from Dr. Subhash. कि कोई भी ब्रीडर हो या कोई भी बायोकेमिस्ट या बायोटेक्नोलॉजिस्ट, हर एक का ड्रीम होता है कि उसकी रिसर्च का आउटकम अगर आपकी प्लेट तक पहुंच जाए. तो यही हमारी ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम का टॉपिक भी है. तो वो ड्रीम जरूर आप अपने सामने रखिए, जो भी आप कि one day it will reach to your plate. We all are from agriculture. We are working on food. If you are working on fiber also, तो सोचिए कि आपके कपड़ों तक पहुंच जाए. तो अगर आपका जो भी रिसर्च एरिया है, and if you have defined in such a way that it should reach to the ultimate consumer, then only you feel that your efforts are successful. क्योंकि कई बार क्या होता है, हम 30-40 years एक रिसर्च लाइन में we are spending, we are working really very hard, but at the end we are not thinking our efforts are materializing in somebody's plate. So that is important. So 30% जब आप identify कर रहे हैं problem, always keep that thing in your mind. Identify your partners. Discuss thoroughly with your partners and openly in a transparent manner. कौन आदमी क्या कर सकता है, उसके क्या प्लस एंड माइनस पॉइंट हैं, और आपस में एक दूसरे से कैसे हम एक दूसरे को कॉम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं. There is no competition between the partners. It is always a complementation between each other. So that is whatever you have seen, and some comments also from various participants that you have seen the coordination among the team members, and that resulted into all these things. So always think in that manner, work in a coordination manner, and जैसे मोहन ने बोला कि interaction नहीं हुई trainees की. So that is a very important point. Sometimes आपका हमसे interaction उतना important नहीं fruitful होता जितना आपका आपस में interaction एक दूसरे के लिए fruitful होता है. So that is also an important component. We miss in the virtual programs. So hopefully this year is going to be a better year, and जो next training programs होंगे, we are going to meet each other, and you also should meet each other. That is important. क्योंकि आप लोग जब यहाँ आते थे और हॉस्टल में या गेस्ट हाउस में रुकते थे एंड साथ में डिनर और लंच करते थे, so that type of linking together is much more than on the virtual platform where you are eating in your home and having your separate lunches and dinners. So that is really, we are also missing, but we can't help it. But coming year, I feel that that can be plugged. So planning in an organized way and dreaming for, don't think कि ये हो नहीं सकता. बस प्लीज एक बात, मैं सिर्फ एक ही मैसेज लास्ट में देना चाहती हूँ. आप किसी भी जगह बैठे हो, केवीके में हो या आप किसी भी यूनिवर्सिटी में हो, आपके पास इक्विपमेंट हो या नहीं हो, मगर आप ड्रीमिंग मत छोड़िए कि ये हो नहीं सकता. You all are young guys and girls, so please think over it. अगर आप सोच लें कि ये काम करना है, तो हर चीज पॉसिबल है और हर रास्ते निकलने शुरू हो जाते हैं. तो ये मैं आपको रास्ता बता रही हूँ जो डॉक्टर तारा और मैंने सोचा था, और रास्ते निकलने अपने आप रास्ते बनते गए, और हमको सब साथी बीच बीच में जुड़ते गए और फंडिंग भी मिलती गई. तो ये अपने आप हुआ जब हमने ठान लिया कि हमें करना है. और मेरे सारे साथी जो यहाँ पर हैं इस बायोकेमिस्ट्री डिवीजन से जो जुड़े हुए हैं, एंड आई रियली अप्रिशिएट कि इनिशियली जब हमने प्रोजेक्ट शुरू किया था, उसके बाद some of the members, they voluntarily come and they wanted to join and share their expertise in this program. So ये मैसेज आप लेके जाइए कि आप अकेले एक नई क्रॉप पे शुरू करते हैं तो आप सोचते हैं हम अकेले हैं, हम क्या कर लेंगे. ऐसा नहीं होगा, आपके साथ लोग जुड़ने शुरू हो जाएंगे एक बार अगर आप ठान लें कि आप उसमें काम करना चाहते हैं. तो इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ आई एम नॉट गोइंग इनटू वेरी डीप all the things you have already listened to in 2 of my talks about the nutrition, about the hallur, and all my colleagues have done so much efforts. So my gratitude to each one of you. Yes, your training program है ना, virtual training program करना कहीं ज़्यादा मुश्किल है आपके normal program से करना, क्योंकि डॉक्टर रंजन शुरू से ही इस बात पे बहुत इंसिस्ट कर रहे थे कि हम प्रैक्टिकल की सारी चीजें दिखाएंगे. So that time we were very much worried कि एक छोटा छोटा step how to shoot, and our young students, they are coming forward कि हम shoot कर देंगे. और डॉक्टर रंजन की प्लानिंग देखिए, जब हमारी क्रॉप फील्ड में थी in the month of July, August और September, उस समय onwards he wanted कि नहीं अभी क्रॉप है, we will make a video so that they can also have a feel of the crop also. कई बार हमें किसी चीज पे पढ़ते हैं और उसकी क्रॉप कैसी दिखती है वो ही नहीं हमें मालूम होता. तो जब तक आप क्रॉप देखेंगे तो नेक्स्ट टाइम आपको लगेगा कि हाँ पर्ल मिलेट की क्रॉप ऐसे दिखती है. तो वो वीडियो भी इन्होंने शूट किया. सो दैट इज द काइंड ऑफ एफर्ट्स एंड डेडिकेशन. एक होता है ट्रेनिंग कराना कि हमारे प्रोजेक्ट का पार्ट है 12 डेज की ट्रेनिंग कराना, तो वो हम करा दें. और एक होता है कि उसकी प्लानिंग करना जुलाई से कि हमें कैसे ट्रेनिंग करनी है और उस समय क्रॉप नहीं होगी. So that kind of commitment the full team has shown, and whatever result in the final product you are seeing is not because of one person, it is because of everyone who contributed. So my full gratitude to everyone, starting from Dr. Tara, Dr. Archana, Dr. Ranjan, my other course project associate, Dr. Suneha, Vinutha, Veda, and everyone. So this is the applied part, what you have seen. Now the basic part, we are coming up with very good impact factor papers. So it is a combination of both. It's not only that whatever the technology we developed and patent we developed, we are stopping there. No. We are just publishing good paper also. So एक आपने सुना होगा जो वेदा ने आपको starch hydrolysis, one of the genotype is very sweet, and she is really working very hard to publish it in a very good impact factor, more than 5 international impact factor. That's why it is so sweet. So many experiments she conducted. So this is the message I want to give you कि आप अपनी जिस भी क्रॉप में काम करना चाहते हैं एक डिटर्मिनेशन से काम शुरू कीजिए. जैसे अनीता की मैं बात सुन रही थी, she wanted to work on underutilized crop and she wanted to use it for the protein source, and vegetarian veg based proteins are in demand. So several things can be the possibility provided you are focused and don't deviate. Don't deviate. हार्डशिप बहुत आएंगी, ऐसा नहीं है कि हमारे केस में हार्डशिप नहीं आई. जब हमने प्रोग्राम कंसीव किया था उस समय विंटर का सीजन था और पर्ल मिलेट मिल भी नहीं सकता था. एंड डॉक्टर तारा वाज हियर ड्यूरिंग दिवाली टाइम एंड वी वर डिस्कसिंग कि हमें तुरंत स्टार्ट करना है इस पे रिसर्च. सो आई वाज जस्ट आस्किंग हर कि ये मिलेगा कहाँ से, इस समय तो सर्दी का मौसम है पर्ल मिलेट. एंड शी वाज सो एक्टिव कि कहते हैं कोई बात नहीं, हम साउथ में ट्राई करते हैं, हैदराबाद से अरेंज कर देंगे सैंपल, बट आपको सैंपल मिल जाएगा, यू डोंट वरी, यू जस्ट स्टार्ट. So that kind of commitment, ऐसा नहीं कि अगली जुलाई तक वेट करेंगे, अब जब सीजन आएगा तब आपको पर्ल मिलेट मिलेगा. So ये जो एटीट्यूड है किसी भी काम को करने का, जब आपका खुद का और आपके साथियों का ऐसा एटीट्यूड होगा तभी आपको ये टाइप की सक्सेस मिलेगी. नहीं तो बहुत सारे एक्सक्यूजेस तो बड़े आराम से होते हैं कि वो बोलती हैं कि नहीं अभी तो सीजन नहीं है, तो नेक्स्ट जब खरीफ का सीजन शुरू होगा तभी आपको सैंपल मिलेगा. तो वो टाइप का आप प्लीज देखिए एटीट्यूड. अगर आपको काम करना है, क्योंकि नवंबर से लेकर जुलाई तक 7-8 मंथ्स निकल जाते, तब तक तो हमने लीड ले ली. जब तक हमारा प्रोजेक्ट के सैंक्शन आई, जब तक नेक्स्ट क्रॉप आई, तब तक तो हमें एक राउंड ऑफ एक्सपेरिमेंट्स हो चुके थे हमारे. सो दैट व्हाट आई वांट, व्हाई आई एम शेयरिंग ऑल दीज थिंग्स. इसमें कोई की नोट नहीं है, प्लीज एक्सक्यूज मी. आप लोग सोच रहे होंगे शायद मैं कुछ और बताने वाली हूँ, मगर मैं आपको छोटे छोटे हिकअप्स पॉइंट्स बता रही हूँ कि जब भी आप कोई प्रॉब्लम लेके शुरू करते हैं ये सारे हिकअप्स आते हैं. और अभी भी हिकअप्स खत्म नहीं हुए हैं हल्लूर बन जाने के बाद भी. महेश इज हियर. दैट डे ही द डायरेक्टर काजरी कॉल्ड मी कि वो मिनिस्टर की विजिट थी, एंड डॉक्टर ओपी यादव कॉल्ड मी कि भाई मिनिस्टर हैज इज टॉकिंग अबाउट हल्लूर जो आप लोगों ने डेवलप किया है, और हम लोग चाहते हैं कि वो यहाँ पर बहुत सारे लोगों को हम एज ए सैंपल लोगों को दें जिससे ऑर्गेनोलेप्टिक प्रॉपर्टीज टेस्ट हो. एंड दैट इज व्हाट ही आस्क्ड मी. तो मैं आपको इसका हिकअप बता रही हूँ. अभी मार्च एंड है, वी हैव नो मनी अवेलेबल विद अस, बट समहाउ आई हैव टू अरेंज 400 पैकेट फॉर हिम. सो आई इमीडिएटली कॉल्ड माय डायरेक्टर कि सर ऐसी रिक्वेस्ट है. ये आपको हिकअप्स बता रही हूँ कि आपको रात में ही ये डिसीजन लेना होगा, because if you have to say yes to him, you have to prepare packet, and if you have to prepare a packet, you should have money in hand. So that is what you have to take in confidence your director. So this kind